Hello and welcome to this week's video email. I spy a brighter direction on the horizon, part 2. I hope you've had a gentle week and that you managed at least once to catch one of those negative thoughts mid-flight and turn it in a kinder direction. Quite a few of you wrote to say that last week's message landed at just the right time, which reassured me that we're all navigating the same busy, slightly breathless November-December energy. Last week, I shared my first impressions of the new Curriculum and Assessment Review, a document that feels bigger and more generous than anything we've seen in quite some time. It opens doors rather than closing them, especially for early years and Key Stage 1 and especially for music. However, we do need to bear in mind an open door is only ever an opportunity if we walk through it. The review sets the tone, but the details for early years and Key Stage 1 music haven't been written yet. That means this is our moment, a chance for practitioners, early years specialists, small organisations and community voices to help shape what comes next. As I mentioned last week, in this week's email, I want to share 4 gentle, hopeful advocacy strands that can help us speak into that space with clarity and confidence. These aren't loud slogans, that's not our style. They're small, daily choices, the kind we're already making, that can gradually influence the shape of the new curriculum. In my interpretation of the review, they're concerned with developing 1. A music curriculum that reflects the world. 2. Appropriate practice that reflects the children's developmental progress. 3. Inclusive pedagogy. And 4. Space for teacher creativity. I'll now briefly unpack these points further. 1. A music curriculum that reflects the world. If breadth and inclusion are truly part of the new direction, then the repertoire we choose matters more than ever. That means we need to use songs and musical examples that help children, that recognise their identities, that introduce new musical cultures, and that invite curiosity and connection. And the advocacy here is simple. Narrate your choices. For example, this helps us explore rhythms from different places in the world. Or, this song comes from Ghana, a country in West Africa, and it uses some really interesting drums called djembes. Use the review's own language, cultural breadth, identity development, inclusive entitlement. Also, share the micro moments with everyone around you, the spark in a child's eye when they hear and can identify with music from home. This isn't extra, it's curriculum. 2. Developmentally appropriate practice. Music in early years and Key Stage 1 can't be considered as a shrunk down version of secondary music. Young bodies, young voices and young attention spans need play, movement and repetition, and plenty of musical and singing experiences that both reflect their own specific worlds and gently extend their perspectives into the wider world beyond their current sphere. So narrate the why behind what you're already doing. We use big, sweeping actions because they strengthen core coordination. Or, these playful repetitions build internal pulse, the foundation of rhythm. Or, by keeping a steady pulse, the child is showing they're ready to learn to read. Tie it back to the review's own phrasing: broad, ambitious, developmentally aligned, accessible. This reframes musical play as high-quality practice rather than something we're constantly expected to defend as valuable learning. 3. Inclusive pedagogy. The review is serious about access and participation. What better subject is there, other than music, for creating a sense of belonging in each and every individual? And often, inclusion doesn't need a huge redesign, just a tiny adaptation. For example, whose turn to play today? Or we use call and response in our greeting song so that everyone can be welcomed individually. Share the wins. Celebrate the progress. Use the review language. Adaptive teaching. access, removing barriers, participation for all. And remind colleagues, parents and carers that participation and process matter more than perfection at this stage of the children's development. Always. 4. Space for teacher creativity. If we want a joyful, relational, child-filled music curriculum, then teacher creativity cannot be squeezed out of the final design. Show how your professional judgment enhances learning. For example, the children were more engaged when I rewrote the chorus with their names. Or, we've created a whole school song that honours every language our children bring with them. Use leadership-friendly wording, teacher agency, professional judgment, contextualised curriculum design. And quietly keep evidence, a folder, a few photos and videos, a short note. These become powerful advocacy tools later on. The review's tone is optimistic, ambitious, teacher-centred and rooted in inclusion. Our advocacy will be most effective when it sounds the same. So no crisis narratives, no overwhelm, no defensiveness. Instead, for example, here's something that's working beautifully, let's build on it. Or, this aligns with the review's direction. This is a chance to help shape the future of early years and Key Stage 1 music. Because it is. And you're already doing the work. Next week, I'll share a short advocacy checklist that you can use in conversations with colleagues, leaders, or in your own planning notes. Something easy to download, save, or pin above your desk. Until then, keep noticing those small wins. They matter more than you think. Many thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.